Spare a drink? Paul Walker. Is it still recording? Yeah, it is. All right. I'm gonna go take a piss, man.
Oh, little kitty.
Just gonna go take a piss real quick and.
Yep.
Oh boy. All right.
Bah, raconte mon stress carry un peu en volume.
All right. It's
So the
part two.
part two.
Part two.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna leave the intro to you.
Oof. Hey, welcome everybody. Canadian Car Show podcast here, streaming near you. Pay attention. Shit's gonna get sideways.
Shit's gonna get sideways.
Yep.
So it's part two. It's
It's a good part two, man. Seriously, part one.
your
I just realized how easy it is to talk for so long. We did like an
It is.
hour of just, and we didn't even get into like a lot of subject. It's just we just had a lot of shit to
we'll
say.
adjust over time.
Well, I mean, if people likes long episode and us talking, why not? Because I mean, we could go and like this is in English. Imagine if we would be doing that in French.
That's right, and we
that
we
would
might
be-
as well for people out there who speak French. We're also going to post
Yeah, and I'm like
podcast in
French,
French.
not I went to French immersion school type of French. I'm talking people who actually speak French. No
Right.
offense.
Speaking about French, I
Ugh.
bought this beer tonight, which is Quebec Classic.
Tastes like shit.
It's called La Fin du Monde, and it's a really good beer.
Yeah, it's the end of the world when you're drinking that shit.
And Yuri hates it. That's why I bought it. So
You know what?
we're gonna have a little drink of it right now. If I can get it
Bro,
open.
if you pop it,
I'll pop it.
Oh,
There you go.
tabarnak.
That's how we do things here, right?
And you were the one saying that we need to pay attention for the noise we're making, and
Well,
you just pop a whole fucking bottle to the.
That's fine. It's okay. I need to drive later on, so I'm just gonna
I'm just gonna.
pour half a glass here, but okay. So really good beer. If you guys want to try something from the French part of this country,
And we're not getting.
I think it's a
paid.
classic.
We're not getting paid, by the way, for advertising that shit. It's
We're-
just Alex wanted
we're not.
to do that.
but if you're sponsors out there,
Hey, who knows, man?
I mean-
Fuck, sponsor us.
let's go. We're ready. right?
Oh man, talking about Quebec, what's your thinking about the car scene in Quebec compared to BC? Because for me, what I'm understanding is and seeing is so different and so many levels. The car scene in Quebec and here is way different.
um, it is, and I think it's mainly due to the weather part of it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay,
Oh, hey Godzilla, so is he gonna attack me this time?
I don't think he will. Can we get a somebody?
Assistant? Can we have an assistant here?
Can we get a stage assistant here, please? Thank you.
We need the cat away. Thank you. This is actually the
he's
worst.
I think he's fine. Maybe I can get my girlfriend.
you go
Can
down-
my girlfriend?
I don't want to touch that cat. That cat is fucking
girlfriend, please.
mean. That
Okay,
cat
that's
is
we
mean.
got
I
rid
don't
of the
wanna-
cat. Sorry about that.
I don't want to fuck with that cat, man.
He
That cat is evil as fuck. It's not even funny. He doesn't like people.
He's fluffy. He's the best cat in the world.
No, he's not. He's fucking retarded. Anyway,
I was saying
the
weather, because obviously we have 6 months in Quebec of
Yeah.
winter, and it will influence what car you will buy, and it will influence the car
100%.
scene.
100%. I would have never bought my Beamer if I would be living in Quebec.
That's right.
Not a chance.
I would
Not a chance.
personally, when I was living in Quebec, I was driving Subarus. I was the
Blowing head gasket like nobody else's business, baby.
Right.
Hell yeah, brother.
most unreliable car I've ever had.
Yeah.
I wasn't fully blown Subaru
Keep it
vaping fan.
You'll be fine.
I mean, I wasn't vaping or anything. You know, I wasn't the
Wearing
typical
Ken
stereotypes.
Block,
Yeah.
Ken Block hat and shit.
Subarus are really good vehicles for winter, and so are
yeah.
Audis. Right, very good cars for Quebec.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, that's what I had.
That's what you had, right?
Yeah.
Before you came here, you want to talk
Yeah.
about it a little bit?
Oh man, I had this Audi A4 slam on the ground, which is slam and snow. It's not really the best thing, but with that all-wheel drive and winter tires, I was able to get some stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, what I noticed that the difference in car scene Quebec and BC is Quebec is Euro. A lot of Euro. For me, I was living in Quebec and Quebec City, and you were going to meets. Oh, sorry. You were going to meets, and what you were seeing is bag MK7 GTIs, bag Golf Rs, bag Audi, bag BMWs, bagged everything. Like like LS
Lots of
the
dubbers.
world. Quebec is bag the world basically. It's everything was about stance, not a lot about performance. And here, it's kind of more about GDM cars because the law is 15 years, and in Quebec it's 25. So you don't see a lot of import in Quebec at all. And then when you see one, most of the time it's a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's the first thing actually I noticed when I arrived in Vancouver, is I was seeing cars
You never
that
see
you
'em.
don't see in Quebec.
Yeah,
Totally rust free.
yeah,
And I was amazed. I was like, I'm gonna like this place.
yeah. Well, you know in Quebec you see like a 180 SX and you're like, oh my god, it has a steering wheel the other side. Now here you see Skyline and you're like, that's another Skyline.
Yeah.
It's just like that shit's normal. Like the
Supercars.
That's
Cars, man.
another thing. Like, I don't get excited anymore when I see a Lamborghini or a McLaren. I'm like,
Lots of
oh,
them
yeah,
here.
that's a McLaren, but I'm not like, what the fucker? That's a McLaren. I mean, fuck, man, just go downtown Vancouver, sat on
Still
a
a nice
corner.
car, but
It's still a nice car, but you see it all the time.
true. So yeah, I mean, the fact that we can also drive a rear-wheel drive car pretty much year long here, except maybe for 2 weeks, right? You can drive your project car pretty much easy, and that's a big part of why people are gonna choose certain cars over why people are gonna choose certain cars in Quebec.
I agree with that. I agree. Fair enough. Yeah, for sure. One thing that I think we're gonna see here more than Quebec is electric vehicle because of the weather. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not.
Actually,
but
you know what?
But I think the weather is gonna influence the electric vehicle or not.
You know what? You are wrong, my friend.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, because
well, tell me.
I can't remember what the percentage is, but the biggest buyers of electric cars is are people in Quebec.
Oh,
So
really?
they're the biggest they're the biggest part of the business when it comes to sell cars,
Really?
electric cars in Quebec.
Which is AV is a small market as it is.
It
It is a
is,
small
but
market.
they're getting incentives, like
Everybody, yeah,
big
yeah,
incentives.
like 10, 15 G's
Yeah,
kind of
it
kind of
was
deal.
good in BC. It was better in Quebec, and I think that's what's driving people to buy electric
Yeah,
cars.
the incentive. Yeah, yeah. I was more thinking about the fact that since the weather is colder in Quebec, the range is not as efficient as in BC
I
type
think
of deal. But money talks, man. If it's cheaper to
money
buy
talks.
something that you don't have to put any gas money in it, I mean that's why people are in it. But that also brings us to another question: is where do you see electric cars in the car scene? Because at some point in 20 years, 30 years, manufacturer will not be able to produce gas vehicle, and
True.
that will eventually end the era of gas
Sooner than we
car.
think. Sooner than we think.
Yeah, sooner
They're
than we
already
think,
talking
but
about stopping the sale, not the production. But I mean, it goes with it, right? But they're talking about stopping the sales of combustion cars. I think it's gonna be in the next 20 years, like you said.
in the next 20 years, yeah, it says that in soon as 2035, don't quote me on this, 2035, that manufacturer will not be allowed to sell any gas engine except for motorcycle.
So
Motorcycle will be the only one exempt for the gas thing, and this is where
and
I think that I might turn into bikes because I love gas. I love everything that has an engine and gasoline. The
yeah,
smell, the sound, it speak to me.
right.
When I hop in an electric car and I have fake noise going through my speaker and I hear, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Don't get me wrong, but nothing will beat me sitting in my race car with
That's right.
like it's
Nothing beats the sound.
nothing will beat that. It's
But in terms of, let's talk about performance, right?
okay.
Um, let's say you're driving a Tesla P90.
Okay. Yeah.
This shit rips.
Oh yeah,
Shit
100%.
rips. We're talking about, I think the numbers are 760 horsepower.
yeah, instant.
Yeah, and
That's the thing. It's instant.
that's
It's
a
right
lot.
away at the pedal. That's the good
Might
stuff.
not be the best sounding cars. There's no sound.
There's no sound. It's tire squeal, and that's about it. It's tire squeal.
But
But yeah,
we might buy into it, maybe.
you know what I think it's gonna be? It's gonna be fine for the next generation
Yeah,
because the next generation will not know what it is to. Because you don't miss something that you don't know.
I mean we're
You can
still
see it. They're gonna see a bunch of yo, those guys back in the days they were doing some crazy stuff with those engine, but they're probably gonna laugh at us because an electric vehicle is so easy, simple. It doesn't break and makes huge power. They're probably like they're a fucking idiot. Yeah, it's what's cool, but they're fucking morons, man.
they're gonna be like, these guys like trouble.
Changing, yeah. Like
These guys were idiots.
They like
They
changing
really
transmission in the rain and a shitty driveway. What the fuck is wrong with those dudes? I don't.
Yeah, we like to answer your question, if you're looking at this video from like 20 years from now, yes, we like trouble. I think that's a thing. We
Man,
some people like to work on cars, and some people don't. I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a very good mechanic. So
I don't
that's why I have
mind.
people working on my car. If I can do it, I'll do it.
I'm 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 the same here. I like.
Yeah.
No, sorry. I don't like working on the cars, but I'm gonna do it if I can do it. But past a point where I'm like, fuck that shit. I ain't doing
Trouble.
that. It's trouble, man. Like were telling me, Yuri, you love cars. You know so much about cars. Why are you not a mechanic? Because mechanic clock in, swear until they clock out.
Right.
Because
Like swearing, be a mechanic.
if you like shitting on others people, piece of shit, be a mechanic. It's that's and I man, it's just and I'm already a negative person off the bat.
That's right.
I see so much negative and everything. So if I'm a mechanic, I'm gonna lose my shit every single day.
Yeah, so that's why I think electric is gonna
Actually, so in
be a
you,
different game. Though we're not even talking about the same things, right? But it's gonna be a different game. I think, like to answer the like the big question. Yes, I think electric cars will have a place in motorsports, in drag racing. I think they will have a place.
they already start swapping Tesla engine and an Audi S4, and whatever it is. You know how imagine we swap an electric motor in my E30.
That thing would rip for sure.
Man, that'd be scary.
Be a ripper.
That'd be scary. But let's say 30 years from now. Now we're like 20, 30 years old. Let's say we're going to be 50, 60.
You're gonna be 30. I'm gonna be fucking 40.
95.
I'm fucking 40 by then.
But yeah, like picture this: we only have electric cars, and the only thing that rely us to our back, that connects us to the past, is bikes, because it's gonna be gas.
There's also gonna be electric bikes though.
Fuck that.
It's already,
Fuck that shit.
you know, the Zero.
Fuck that
No,
shit.
the Zero,
I don't
right?
care. I don't care. It's totally useless.
This thing, you twist the throttle, and you're up in the air on one wheel.
Fuck that shit.
Right
Fuck
away.
That shit. Right away. Fuck. If you have an electric bike, fuck you.
I mean,
It's fuck you.
to put
so
things
free.
in perspective, I've owned two bikes, including a 1000cc R1.
Yeah.
And it is really something.
Yeah.
To
Guys,
have
we're
this.
talking shit about cars and bikes because we have them. We know what they are. Like we're talking from experience here.
And,
Like we didn't had like fucking stock ass fucking under our core and pretending like we know what the fucking car scene is. Like we actually have.
No offense, Accord owners.
Yeah, no offense, but like fuck, we're gonna say that so much time.
Yeah, we're gonna say that.
But like we've been there, man.
Yeah.
Fucking busting our knuckles on the ground and doing everything for having this little jiggle of boost and like, ooh, that was nice. But
And bikes are really something. And
I
I had to sell mine
yeah.
because I think, well, I'm gonna be honest. I think it was too dangerous because I did some pretty stupid shits with it, and well, so the first year I was driving a motorcycle, I bought a R6,
Love that
pretty powerful bike. This R6, but in a matter of months, I thought the bike was too slow, so
Man, you're
I sold it. I bought an R1, and the R1 was fast enough. Oh, it was fast. Like, don't get me wrong. It was super fast. Okay.
It's an R1, of course it's fast.
I actually put this bike on the dyno at Honda, Carter Motorsport. I think it was. They had a dyno day, and it made 147 wheel horsepower. Which is it's a lot for
Which
a
is
bike.
A lot. It is a lot
It's
of
a lot.
horsepower for a bike.
And yes, it's fast, but it lacks the G-force that you get when you sit in a car.
I don't know that much about bikes. I know more about dirt bikes, but I kind of get the sense of what you're saying. But also, I want to have a bike, but I also don't want to have a bike. And the reason why I don't want to
You're
have
gonna do
a
stupid
bike,
shits with it. That's why.
well, no, it's because you're my friend, and I see what we're doing together in cars when we follow each other.
We're not doing anything.
So I'm like, what is he gonna be like?
He's lying.
on
By
a
the way,
bike.
we're not doing.
And if you think, oh, you're an adult, like if you can control yourself, shut the fuck up. If I give you a 500 horsepower car and tell you to not step on it, you're lying.
And
You're lying.
You're so right, Yuri.
You're
He-
lying.
I've seen older guys, elderly gentlemen. They had to sell their motorcycle just not to do stupid shits anymore.
Yeah, because we're men.
That's not even and
We're
people
men.
and
It's
people.
in our DNA.
Some people are gonna say, "Well, just don't do stupid shit.
No,
drive carefully."
No, that's not how it works.
Okay,
You're giving a cake to a kid and you're asking him don't eat the cake.
I'll take 30 seconds here to explain to you how it works. When you get on the bike, and at a twist of a throttle, you're hitting 250 kilometers an hour.
Oh man.
It is intoxicating. And I don't care if you're 18, if you're 30, or if you're 50, you will get on that throttle.
You will.
You will. And
Except Dan.
no matter how hard you tell yourself
Yeah.
that you need to behave, you won't. So the only way for most people to not kill themselves is to get rid of
To
the
sell
bike.
the bike, which is by the way a responsible, mature choice.
It is.
It is. There's nothing wrong.
It's
with
what I
that.
did, and I did a very mature, responsible choice by buying a turbo Honda Civic.
But until the day that I show up on a bike at his house, and I swear to God, 1 week later, he'll be buying a bike.
I will be buying a bike if he
If I
shows
buy
up.
a bike, he's gonna
Yep.
gonna buy a bike. And you know what?
I'm this close. Nothing holds me. You're holding me right now. You're the only
I'm the-
wall in between me and a bike.
Yeah, because if I don't own a bike and you do, and I'm following you with the car, it's like, nah, whatever.
It's different.
But if I have a
It's
bike,
a family thing, right?
It is. It is.
You're driving motorcycle. We're a family.
You know what? I could have Kiana drive my E30 and me on a bike, and having Mel driving the S2K and
It's-
being you on a
It's,
bike.
it's different. It's
Man,
totally
We
different.
would
But you
be
can't.
Johnny Tran. We would be Johnny
You can't
Tran.
ride
and
with
Fast-
cars. You can't ride with cars. Either you ride with cars or you ride with your motorcycle.
Really? I don't know.
Oh yeah. It's totally different style of driving.
You know what my uncle told me? He was like, cause my uncle is a big bike guy. Like he's done a lot of stupid shit with bikes. Like he knows how to ride bikes a lot. And I told him like, hey, I kind of want to buy a bike, but I think I'd like to buy an R6. I really like how high they
Sounds
rev.
great. Revs high.
And he's like,
Perfect bike.
he's like, fuck that shit. You should buy an R1 because and I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, oh, yeah, because you need to step on it to go somewhere, to move, because that bike's revs like a motherfucker, and you have no powers until you rev the shit out of it.
I'm gonna
Until-
say right away here, this is not true.
This is, yeah. Well,
This is total bullshit. If you have a uncle that's telling you to buy an R1 as a first bike, run the fuck away. Run as fast as you can. You don't want to be. You're gonna get killed. I'm gonna
Well,
tell
I'm
you.
not-
If
I
you
mean,
buy
I'm
an R1,
stupid.
you're gonna get killed.
I'm stupid, but I'm not that stupid.
But
I
it's-
know that buying an R1 as your first bike is not a good idea. I ride my my brother's bike, who has what's his bike again?
I think it was like 70 horsepower or something, 60 horsepower or something.
I shit my pants. I was scared shitless of that bike. It scared me. It scared me, man. It's like an
And you know what?
it's an old ass 600cc whatever old bike, old technology. And
It's
I
not a-
was scared.
It's not a question of power actually, because like he's right actually when he says down low the RPM range it doesn't have a lot of pickup. That's true. It is a lot of pickup for most people. For me, I think it could be better. But the difference between a starter bike and a big bike is the controls, how sensitive they are. So the throttle on a Ninja 300 compared to an R1, let's say, throttle is going to be super snappy on the leader bike, and the brakes are going to be super snappy.
They have to.
So yeah, and you don't want to start. You don't have the muscle memory to be gentle on the brakes. If you ride that R1 and you get a little bit too much on it, and you need to stop, and you don't feather your controls, you're dead. You're gonna
Hey.
go over the bike.
I just want to remember everybody, this is the Canadian Car Show, and we're already talking about bikes. This has been the first episode. Fuck, man.
Yeah, we
Um,
got sidetracked.
Well, talking about stupid shit, what's the most stupid stuff you've done?
on a motorcycle.
No, on a car, because it's a fucking car podcast. On a car.
In
What's
a
the
car.
most stupid shit you've ever done?
Like what kind of stupid? Like
Like-
police kind of stupid or
Everything, all related. What you think that was the most stupid shit you've ever done? Personally, there's a bunch of shit I've done.
We ran from cops
No,
at some point.
We all
I
have-
think everyone did, right?
we all did it. We all.
Or
have a
maybe it's just a
story.
get back thing.
We all have a
Uh,
story that oh,
Coffee.
you want a coffee? Of
Our
course, yeah. It's like
our
midnight.
our staff is offering us coffee.
A staff is offering coffee. Of
She's like,
course.
she's looking at me. She's like, I'm gonna kill you
I'll
after this
take
show.
coffee. Yeah, because we've been filming for a long time.
Okay.
But yeah, we all have our story that we've been running from cops.
Yeah, we I mean, we ran from the cops. I guess not me, but I was driving with my friend, and this Honda Civic was coming like very fast behind us, and so he was probably doing 200, like above 200, and he just flew past us. And we were actually driving in walkie-talkies with my friend, and
That's pretty cool.
so he said, "Oh, dude, like I'm going after this guy." He wanted to raise this guy, so he was driving like a MK3 Gold with the I think it had the 2 liter engine. Anyways, like
They call it
115 horsepower.
in the VW world. They call that engine the 2 point slow.
Two
By the
points,
way.
yeah, the 2 point slow.
because that engine is horrible.
But yeah, I mean, he did catch up to that Civic, which is kind of surprising. But anyways, his car was gutted, but he did catch up to that Civic. And then I look in my back mirror, in my rear view mirror, and I saw a few police cars.
A few?
Yeah, there was like maybe there was at least 2 cars. There's 2 cop cars, coming in hot behind us, and we soon realized that they were after that Civic that my friend was now catching up to, and actually he passed him. He gapped the guy who was in an actual police pursuit, and that was something I will remember
So,
all my life. And
race car, police pursuit.
that's right. I told him right away, dude, slow down. It's a police pursuit. So
Yo, that
yeah,
thing is fucked, man.
yeah, we and he
Thank
took
you.
he took the first that Civic. He took the first exit, and he actually ditched the cops, and so did we,
Yeah,
because
fuck, I hope
because
so.
because my friend got involved a little bit too much in that pursuit.
Wow.
Did he say something?
Oh, okay. We gotta tone it down a little bit. Okay.
Oh yeah, okay.
We're gonna work on this one. Me personally, seriously, most dumbest stuff I've ever done. There's a lot of stupid shit that I've done, and one of them was on a moped. I ran from the cops on a moped. Do you know how hard it is to run from the cops on a 9 horsepower
I mean,
moped?
take back roads.
Oh, I did. Oh, I did better than that. How do you say psyclable en anglais?
A bike lane?
Yeah, bike lane.
A bike lane.
But what happened with this bike lane is in Quebec, it's a special bike lane that it's in a park that it's going on the side of the St. Lawrence River.
Okay. Yeah.
So it goes into a forest, then it goes beside the St. Lawrence River. It's like a park, and it's a bike lane, and people walk and shit. It's like midnight, and I had a guy with me in the back, and we were like 3 moped just driving at night, thinking we're like fucking badass or whatever. I don't know. And we're like burning stop, not giving a fuck about any of the road law.
Teenager life, I
And
guess.
oh yeah, we were stupid. And we saw this cop, and we're like, "Fuck, he's gonna come after us." So he come after us, and we're like, "Guys, the only way we can make this out is if we take the bike lane in the forest and our moped."
I think it's a good strategy. He's
And
not gonna follow you there,
This
right?
is exactly what we did, but we were scared that he would be waiting us at the other at the other exit. So what we did is we waited in the middle for like 10 minutes, and then we came back from the original place that we enter.
Good plan.
And it was
plan.
good. Bro, man,
Running from the cops, a classic.
man, that was something. That was.
I think we all
definitely
did
something.
stupid shits.
Yeah, we all did.
I would,
We all did
I would,
some-
I would actually love to hear about what you guys, what crazy story you guys have. Maybe we could feature one on our
Maybe,
podcast.
yeah. Yeah, I
It would
agree
be
with
fun
that.
to choose one, a little bit like the shit box thing.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
choose a
like tell
crazy
us
story.
what is your most fucked up story that like happened to you? What's the most craziest thing? And we'll read it and comment it.
All right. Want to
Um,
move to next subject?
yeah, sure. Actually, you know what is because we all have a passion about something, and I was thinking about that. And this passion start with somewhere
Yeah.
by somebody showing you whatever is it, right? If you like drawing, if you like painting, singing, somebody showed you that, or you discovered it yourself. Cars is kind of this weird thing because I know car guy that their parents, not car people at all, they think that that's the most stupidest thing ever, and they're car people. And I was lucky, and I'm still lucky that my dad's a huge car guy, huge car guy. He's the reason why I'm into cars and I love car, and he's helping me a bunch, learning how to work on cars and what to do and what should not do and what being aware of a bunch of stuff. And I'm so lucky to have him, and I'm trying to understand how would you do if your parent wouldn't be car people and you have to figure that shit on your own. You know how hard would that be, man?
Well,
I don't even know.
you know what? I think I think it all starts when you get your first car. Because it's a classic thing. Every teenager will eventually have to buy a car.
Are your parents car people?
They are not
So
at
how
all.
did you got into cars? What
I
was it with your first car?
I got into cars. Okay, so my first car, because I had to go the same through the same teenager car buying thing, right? Because like you want to get your freedom. Some of you guys are gonna start on mopeds. Some of us are gonna start with cars. Now I never had a moped. I started with a Nissan Altima,
Ooh.
96.
Is it the same
Uh,
one in Fast and Furious one? The same art
it
style? Is
it
it the same
is
one?
the same one as
Yo.
it is the same one. A 2.4 liter, rocking
You know what?
140 horsepower or something.
They kind of look like a S14 quickly from the front.
Yes.
If you look at it quick.
Yes.
Sometimes
Yeah,
I get
true.
misguided by it. I'm like, oh, that's an S14. I'm like, oh no,
And
fuck.
then you
That's
see
that's
you see the greenish ugly color and the
Was
four
it a
doors and
Maxima or an Altima in Fast and Furious one?
I think it's an Altima.
Think it's an Altima.
Yeah.
Hey,
The
throw in
Maxima
a
is
comment.
the like the
Tell
bigger
us,
model.
is it an Altima or Maxima? We don't know. But anyway, keep your story.
Yeah, and like obviously it wasn't my choice. My
No,
parents chose for me my first. What kind of chose for me my
your
first car?
non-car
I was
people
kind of
parent.
I didn't know shit about cars, right?
Okay.
And they found this car and it was like, oh yeah, it rocks. It's cool.
It was probably cheap running, and
Yeah,
that's
it was comfortable. Like Nissan, they're great cars. They last a long time. I mean, it was comfortable inside. Everything I needed. 4 door. Yeah, and it was cheap. So I started with this car, and I paid it by myself. And then second car was my choice, and that's where I fucked up.
Is it
Okay.
a Subaru?
No, it wasn't a Subaru. So actually, I can't say I fucked up. I chose because I didn't know much about cars, so I chose what I thought was a good car, a Honda Civic. So
It is not a bad car.
yeah, and it
it's
was.
not a bad thing.
I think it was. I think it was. It wasn't an SI or anything. Like it was just a regular Honda Civic, but it was nice looking. It was an
You
EM
mean SCR, not SR, because SR first.
SI.
Oh, SI.
SI, yeah. So no, it wasn't like I think I don't know what model it was, but it was an EM1 or EM model.
Okay, like the one
Like the one I have. Yeah, the one I have, but in black.
Okay.
And I love this car. I didn't drive it for long because I smashed it. But yeah, I mean, it was a nice car. And after that, I made good decisions. I started buying Subarus, and they were great for the winters, even though they were fucking head gasket blowers.
I've
But
never heard in the same sentence good choice and Subaru in the same sentence.
yeah, you know what? It's like you really, it's a family. Like I loved Subarus, but I'm kind of over it now. I made the reliable choice now. I went
never
back to
owned a
Honda.
Subaru, and I'm already over it. We have a friend who has an STI, and he had to spend 10 G's just on the block to be able to follow us.
It's
You know how fucked up
It's
that
a lot
is
of money.
just to sound good. My
It's a lot of
car
money.
sounds better
You know what?
than
I almost traded the S2000
Yeah,
for a was it a 2010 or 2012
Yeah, but it was the wagon one, STI all forged.
built
Ah, man.
IAG block built for
Yeah.
600 horsepower?
Yeah.
And it was making like I think it was making close to 400.
Yeah, but that's the exception.
It was
'Cause I
it was a
would totally
beast.
drive that car. The STI
Yeah, yeah.
wagon with a forged block and everything.
Yeah, it was. I would have go for it,
Yeah.
but
It's
the
the
guy
amount of money that it takes to
guy
get
wasn't
car
sure.
there. Yeah, the guy
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
sure,
and
but
he ended up just
I
not
don't
going for the
blame him.
deal.
He probably spent like 20 grand just in parts.
That's a lot of money. And the S2000 is
That's-
worth so much
Bro,
just because it's an
Put
S2000.
20
Right?
grand in your S2K.
Oh yeah,
Like it's a different world.
oh yeah, yeah.
It just
for sure.
You need to be a fanatic. That's how I see it. You need to be die-hard fan of Subaru to be
Yeah.
like, hey,
They're-
I'm gonna.
They're really good cars. It's just hard to make power with them for cheap, and
Yeah.
the reliable side of things is not always
so much.
there.
Basically, they're good
Um,
cars if you keep them stock, or if you're not a car people that just want an all-wheel drive car. Sure, go with that. But as soon as you want to try to make power, the same way you make power with an Evo, or the same way you make power with any other car, is not a good idea.
I think it's a question of what you like in the end. But let's say like for bang for the buck, I would say like an S4 with the supercharged
V6.
V6
I agree.
is gonna be with a chip on it. It's gonna be one hell of a car, because
100%.
you can get an S4 for like 20 grand.
For 20 grand, you have an Audi S4 B8 V6 supercharged.
And what year are we talking about?
We're
Like,
talking between 2010 to 2012, basically.
so see a 04 STI out of Japan
It's
is
15 grand.
15, even it's probably going up right now. It's probably like you can.
It's more like 17 to 18 grand for an okay shape one. So for 2 grand apart, it's two different world.
It's an
two
older
different
car.
world.
It's an
It
older
is an
car.
older
Subaru's
car.
an older car,
It is.
and
So you really need to be fanatic, and like it really depends to what you want to do.
the Japanese engine in the STI is better
Yeah,
by
true.
by far. I wouldn't touch any 2.5 liters from the US.
You know what Japanese people started to do with their Subaru? They started to swap the new engine that they make in the WRX.
The F820,
Yep.
right?
People starting to, with their STI in Japan, like the older one, to take that fucking old ass EG and they put the F820 in it.
I think that's. I mean, I don't know what's the potential of that engine, but
It is recent, it is updated, it is a good engine, and it will be the only Subaru I would buy.
so you're saying it wasn't made in the chain of production on a Friday afternoon?
No.
Well,
That's
that's
what
a
I'm
good
saying.
thing for you guys out there if you want to check
I'm
out
saying
the
that if you
F820.
want to have a full bolt-on Subaru that sounds nice and that is not going to blow up, WRX, hands down. If you want to make crazy power, and when I'm saying crazy power is, I don't know, 400 wheel and up, don't just stay away from Subaru unless you have deep pocket. That's all I'm going to say.
And like,
Or you sell cocaine. Depends. That's
yeah, I mean, you could do that. And
That's pretty
I mean, if you
If you sell drug and you like Subaru, it's a good fit for you, man.
if you want to do it on the cheap, just go Honda, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, they're Legos.
But
Like seriously, they're cheap. Parts are cheap. There's so much fun. Even though most of them are front wheel drive, you can still do something. I own an S2000 and I own a Turbo Civic. They're both different beasts. But I'm having fun for the price that I paid for my Civic, and it's probably like when
Civic,
I'm done with it this
yeah.
summer, it's gonna be a Lambo killer.
it
It's
is-
probably already a Lambo killer
It
when you
is
think about
probably.
it.
but it's the best bang for your bucks. And when I'm talking, like when we're talking Honda Civic to people who don't know much about cars, is they think about the riciest fucking car ever. Farcan, skunk two headers, short shifter thing.
I have a skunk two others.
Yeah, like I'm the fucking fastest in the world. that's fucked up. That you should get away from car scene at all. Period. If you have a skunk two headers on your Civic and you think that you're fast, please sell your car. Just I don't know, because the Honda Civics are great. They're nice. You can make sick ass power. You can make them look good, but please, please stop looking stupid in it.
You know what? Skunk 2 parts are actually not bad.
Oh, I'm not
they're
trashing
good.
about
They're
Skunk
good.
2, by the way. I'm definitely not trashing about it. It's just because, like I said, it's affordable. Dumb people are gonna buy shit that are affordable, and then they're gonna look stupid in it, and then people are trashing on on Civic.
That's right. And there's
How
there's
many
no reason for it because
how many people
it's
do you
different.
see trashing on E30s? How many people do you see trashing on STIs?
You know what?
Well, we are, but about how ricey they look and how stupid they look.
I don't think people are trashing so much on the car rather than
The person,
the people
yeah,
or the community.
yeah.
And that's a little bit of what I
You know what?
noticed.
I noticed something in the Honda car community is you have two people, literally two people, stupidest people that don't know what the fuck they are doing, and you have the most committed people that know everything about Hondas, how to make them fast, how to make them look good, and they know what they're talking about. It's too extreme. I've
So you have your average Joe who put a 4-inch exhaust on the Accord or something like that, right? And then you have
yeah,
I don't know the
Yeah.
EJ guy who built the entire car with a K20 turbo, something like that, right?
all-wheel drive, and that
I mean,
thing is like.
But there's
holy fuck.
stereotypes on every kind of car. It's not just Honda, but I think Hondas are attracting these people because Honda is cheaper, more it's easier to get into
Yeah.
Hondas. That's why it's you have
Yeah.
this wide range of
Yeah.
people in the Honda car club.
And you know what? People are actually trashing on BMWs more than we think. Fucking no blinker bullshit, or like
I
fucking,
trash on BMWs all day.
Yeah, because I have one. You fucking moron.
That's right.
Everything
And you
that I have, you trash.
and you're a
on it.
moron.
Yeah, I know. I'm a fucking class 1 moron. A good moron.
Never uses blinkers ever. Never. Do they even work? Did you check when's the last time you checked your
My
turn
fluid
signals?
blinker?
Yeah.
No, man. I'm probably out of it by now.
Okay, guys, we're just gonna plug our YouTube channels here real quick. Check out Yuri Trigger E30 on YouTube. He's gonna post some nice videos in the next coming months, and mine also. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do some nice content.
Yeah.
Cars, Turbo Civics, the S2000 and stuff. Turbo Cabs. Check me on YouTube.
Yeah, and that's pretty much gonna be it for today. We're gonna wrap this up. And
Yeah.
did you had anything else to say?
I don't have anything else. We're gonna try to do this.
We could talk more, but at this point, it's just
We're tired. It's
tired. It's like
midnight. It's past midnight. It was a hard night trying to set up all this,
man.
and I think that's a good.
He's on beer. I'm on coffee.
Yeah,
it's a
I'm
weird-
still on beer, but
It's a weird mix, man.
it's fine. It's fine. Really.
But anyway, I had a lot of fun doing that with you, and I know that for sure we're gonna do another one.
Yeah.
But again, we need your support, guys, more than ever. So please subscribe, like, share. If you like what you're seeing, if you don't like, well, fuck it. But
If you don't like, leave a dislike. If you like, please leave a like.
Uh,
Subscribe and hit that bell so you can see our new videos.
Yeah.
And on that, well, we're gonna cue the outro,
Yeah.
and we're gonna say this is Canadian Car Show. See you next
Car
week.
Show, bitches.